Okay, so you've designed something beautiful in Canva and you're now ready to share it with the world. Where do you start? In this lecture, I will explain all the different options for you to download and publish your designs when they are ready. Before we start, it's important you understand the difference between downloading your design, meaning you'll actually save it to your computer in a specific format that you'll choose, and sharing your design, which is the action of publishing it on a social media platform or a website. Sharing could also mean inviting someone else to discover your design by sending that person a link so they can see it. So there are two different scenarios here. Let's go over them and see what buttons you'll need to click in Canva to make that happen. Let's start with the downloading options. Okay, so here I have a random design that is ready to be exported. I'll go ahead and click the download button. And before downloading, you'll have to choose which type of file you want. And Canva gives you some choices right here in that drop-down list. And at this stage, you can choose between PNG, JPEG, PDF standard, PDF print, SVG if you're a pro user, MP4 video, and GIF. So I thought it would be a good idea to give you a bit of information about each of these formats for those of you who are not sure about what type of file you should go with. The first one is PNG. PNGs are perfect for illustrations, text and graphics, or photos if file size is not a big issue for you. Also, PNG is a file type that supports transparency, but to be able to download your PNGs with a transparent background, you'll need to upgrade to CANVA Pro. I'll talk about that in the next section, but know that pro users will also enjoy a few other settings to download their PNGs, like the ability to adjust their size or to compress them. And compressing them will result in compressing a large file into a smaller file. The second format is JPEG. And JPEGs are perfect for photos and detailed images. And they typically result in smaller file sizes than PNGs. You can adjust the size and the quality of your JPEGs by dragging each slider. The next format is PDF standard, and these are ideal for illustration, text, and graphics. They are good for photos if the intention isn't to print these photos. And Canva gives you a maximum resolution for PDF standard of 96 dots per inch. And then if you do intend to print, you have the PDF print format that are, according to Canva, ideal for photos, illustration, text, and graphics. They let you add crop marks and bleed, which makes them perfect for high quality print. And you will have that in 300 dpi or dot per inch. The next format is SVG, which stands for Sharp Vector Graphics. This format will only be available to pro users though, so just be aware of that. This format also supports transparency, just like PNG, and will preserve image quality at any size, which makes them the best format for web graphics. Next, you have your MP4 video format. This one is pretty straightforward. It's the format you want to choose if you want to export your project as a video with sound. And finally, you have GIF or GIF. There's a big debate around how to pronounce this word, but I like to say GIF. So GIFs are great for animated designs or designs with animated elements, like the stickers, for example. Note that GIFs don't support sound. So that's all there is to it. Choose your file type, select the pages of your design you want to download, and then hit download. Canva also offers an option to save your download settings for the next time you go through this downloading process. So what happens next is that Canva will prepare your design and then the download will start. Now, let's move on to the second part of this lecture and see how we can share and publish our Canva design instead of downloading them. Let's first look at sharing. To share a design, you will need to click on that share button here on the top menu. Here, you should see the team that you're a part of with this specific Canva account you're using. Also, it might be that you aren't part of any team yet. But here, this is what I'm seeing. So the first thing you can do is to click on the little eye icon to make this design available to the other people in your team. You'll have three options. Make it so other people in your team can edit this design, view the design, or you can decide not to share it with your team altogether, which is the option that is ticked by default. You'll also notice a box in which you can type in names or emails. Try searching for people who are in your team or add any email address here. That could be someone who is not yet part of your team, just any person you'd like to share this design with. Let me add my own email address here to show you how it looks on the other hand. Here too, you can choose if the person you're sharing the design with is able to edit it or view it only. I will select Can Edit. You can also add a message to accompany your design if you want and invite the recipient to your Canva team. I'm not going to do that for now, I just want to share my design. And send. Canva will then show you a pop-up confirming that your design has been shared, and will try to convince you one more time to invite that person to your team. Pretty persistent. So let's X that window and head over to my email to see how it looks like on the recipient side. So here is the email with the name of my Canva account, and it says Ronnie would like you to take a look at this design. Okay, let's open it by using this purple button. I am redirected to the Canva editor, and I can now edit this design because I shared it so that the recipient can edit, remember? And if I come back to this share button, I now see that there is another user with access to this design. As the owner, I can click on the little arrow and change the type of access that person has, or remove her access altogether by clicking on remove. So that's pretty much how you share a design and manage permissions. You can also share your designs with a link instead of sending an email. So for that, simply select the type of access you want to grant and copy the link. You can now send that link to anyone via messenger apps or any other means really. Alright, let's wrap up this lecture by looking at the different options you have for publishing your design. So for that, you'll want to click on the three little dot button here in the top right corner of the editor. And also note that what you will see behind this button will highly vary depending on what type of design you're working with. It's a bit of a melting pot too. Canva stuffed a few different things in here. So you should see different sections in this menu, namely recommended, share, and print. I am working with an Instagram post here, so Canva will recommend a few different publishing options that are related to IG first. So as you can see, I have my Instagram personal and Instagram business. When you click on those, Canva will guide you through the steps so you can publish your design directly to your Instagram accounts. I'm not going to do that now and here, but it's pretty straightforward as long as you follow the steps. What you should know though is that you can only link your social media account to one Canva account. Also, I see some other buttons here like download, which we already covered in detail, and present, which will let me see my design full screen or access the recording studio to present and record. We'll cover that later in the course. If we move down to the share section, you'll see a button to schedule with a little crown, so that means it's a pro feature. This will let you schedule a post containing your design to a series of social media platforms via the content planner. We will also cover this in the section of the course covering the different Canva Pro features, so just a little bit more patience here with this one. Next, you'll see a button to share a link, allowing you to share your design by copying and pasting a link. You should also see another button to present and record, which will take you to the recording studio, where you'll be able to record yourself talking over your design in a little talking bubble. Again, more on that later. And then you should see a bunch of other sharing options. Have a look by yourself. Don't forget the See All button to even see more sharing options. Yes, there are plenty. And then finally, at the bottom of this menu, you should see different print options that will allow you to print your designs on actual products. The print products you see in this section will be different from country to country, and some countries will have more options than others. If you decide to print your design on one of these products, you'll have to follow the steps, pay for your product, and Canva will take care of the rest. They will print it on your desired support and deliver it to your house. I have personally tried Canva Print for making t-shirts, like this one, but also posters. And I have to say, I was pretty pleased with the print quality. So go ahead and give it a try.